Hi everyone, I'm Jade. I'm talking about informal intensifiers today, and this is a way to make a story more dramatic, and it's what we use as native speakers when we're telling a story. So when we're telling a story, we'll put in these adverbs to add drama, you could say. But we've got a choice of they're otherwise known as intensifiers. We've got a choice of what words we can use, and they depend. And the words we choose depend on the context, and they depend on the kind of story we want to tell. So let's first need to describe what posh is. In the UK, posh means belonging or belonging to a higher social class. So it could be a way of behaving, it could be a way of speaking. So we have that in England because of the Queen and all stuff like that, and that's just the way British society is. So posh people use different words in their speech. So in their speech, these are the preferred words for posh English. So someone might say, when my contact lens was in my eye, it was fairly uncomfortable. Or rather, it has the same meaning. It was in my eye, I was rather upset. And they mean the same thing. They mean like quite. Not used so much nowadays, but in the past, posh people like to say terribly and awfully. And they didn't mean them as terrible or awful. They actually mean the opposite. They mean very and good. I went to the party, and it was a terribly lovely party, and there were many people there. Or you could say, Boris is an awfully good chap. That means very good chap for a posh person. So posh language is going to prefer these informal intensifiers. Neutral English, sometimes posh people will use it too. Neutral English, we would use all of these adverbs mostly. So you'd be intensifying your story by saying, I was in so much pain, and you really make this so long. So much pain when you're telling a story. Again, you can emphasize the really. I was really stressed. You could say that. The thing to mention about quite is it means the same as fairly, but fairly is more posh, and quite is more in the middle or whatever. And to means negative. So when my contact lens got stuck in my eye, this sentence is not going to work. The sentence I'm thinking of, you'd say something is too expensive, as in too much, okay? For a negative when you're using this adverb. But we have even more choice for informal intensifiers. We have slang words, so I'm going to teach you some English slang that people use. Bare means very, and nuff also means very. You could write this on Facebook or in chat or something, but you couldn't write it anywhere formally. And when my contact lens got stuck in my eye, I was bare stressed, you know that? Or I couldn't get it out, I was nuff upset, I didn't know what to do. Nuff, I used it like really there. So you also have this option if you wish. And I don't know about in your country, but English people swear quite a lot. I don't really swear, I don't really like it. But here are some swear words you can use. You probably know this one. I bet you know this one. But do you know this one? Bloody. It's not a very strong swear word anymore. At the end of my story, I said, the bloody contact lens finally came out. You call something bloody if it's irritating or annoying. It used to be strong. It's not so bad now. And here are two other ones. I found that people say these ones when they don't like to say this one. They sound kind of like this one. And they're like a little bit more polite swear words. And they sound like this: friggin' or flipping. My flipping contact lens got stuck in my eye. So what's the position of the informal intensifiers when they're in sentences? Let's take a look. So we can do adverb before adjective with rather, quite, and really. Here's an example sentence. You could use any of them. I rather want a sandwich, don't you know? So the position here is before the verb, these ones. What about this one? Don't be so bloody stupid. It's not a very nice thing to say to someone. And the grammar here is so plus swear word plus adjective. So you could change it. You could say, don't be so beep stupid if you wanted to. And what about the slang words? These are newer words. I don't think the grammar is that evolved for them because people just use them in speech. The position is usually after the verb, like in the sentence. It was bare jokes. Jokes is also slang. We usually say a joke, which is a noun, but jokes in slang means funny as in adjective. So, yeah, you could say it was enough jokes means it was really funny also. And what about this one? Sarah is terribly charming. That means that she is very charming. Remember what I said? They mean the opposite. Sarah is terribly charming. How do we do that then? It's to be followed by adverb followed by adjective. And yeah, now I want to talk to you about a non-standard use that I've observed people using it quite a lot, but it's considered not grammatically correct. But I'll point it out to you in case you hear it. You can decide to use it if you want, because people do say it, or you can decide not to use it if you like to say everything grammatically correctly. So some people would say something like this: I so want those shoes. We don't put so in this position before the verb. We could say, I really want those shoes, but in British English, it's not considered correct to put so here. Anyway, you know now. You can decide if you want to say that. Let's look finally at the position of swear words with nouns. So here are two examples. The kitchen was a bloody mess. Wherever I lived, when I was a student, that was a true sentence for me. The kitchen was a bloody mess. A mess is a noun for an untidy place. So the grammar we've got here is the swear word and then followed by the noun. A bloody mess. And our last example, their customer service is a flipping joke. So you won't want to go back there, will you? So yeah, just something that you can start to use to enrich your storytelling more in English. I really recommend that. And the next thing I recommend is for you to go to the engVid website and do the quiz on this, so that they all become a little bit more familiar to you and you're getting these intensifiers in the correct position. Please do subscribe to this channel and watch some of my other videos as well, more for you to learn. Also, not just my engVid channel, my other channel, because I've got 2 YouTube channels. Yay! And you can learn there and you can learn here with me. So I'd really appreciate you to subscribe in both places. So I'm finished now. I'm going to go. I'm going to go and swear at some people in the street. No, not really. Okay, see you.